Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, the youths of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Good evening, my subscribers. I say thank you for bringing me this far. Thank you for your support. Today's date is the 29th of September 2024. And the time now is 10:04 Southern California time. We're about to begin our broadcast for tonight. But before then, I'm going to play you a song by Bob Marley. Yeah, man.
One good thing about music, when it hits you feel no pain, yeah. Hit me with music, hit me with music down. Hit me with music, hit me with music down. Trenchtown rock, Trenchtown rock, big fish or spread. Trenchtown rock, reap what you sow. Trenchtown rock, everyone know now. Trenchtown rock, don't turn your back. Trenchtown rock, give the summer try. Trenchtown rock, never let the children cry. Trenchtown rock, you have to take your wife. Kingston 12, groovy, it's Kingston 12, groovy. Kingston 12, groovy, Kingston 12. I want you for Galaxy. I want you for Galaxy. You want to come cool you, but you can't come cool you. Cause I'm groovy, yeah, I'm moving. I say one good thing, when it hits you feel no pain, yeah. One good thing about the music, when it hits you feel no pain, yeah. Hit me with music, hit me with music now. Hit me with music, hit me with music now. This is a Trenchtown rock, the Trenchtown rock, big fish or sprite. The Trenchtown rock, reap what you sow. Trenchtown rock, everyone know now. The Trenchtown rock, don't turn your back. The Trenchtown rock, give the summer try. The Trenchtown rock, never let the children cry. The Trenchtown rock, or you gonna have to take your right.
Yeah. I'm going to have to pause it here. And then let's begin. Our story tonight is about a girl by name Ruth Ogunleye, a serving military officer in Nigeria, who was allegedly raped repeatedly by her superior officer. It's a very sad one. Lately, she's been crying out, seeking for redress. And the sad part is some people don't believe her. But most people do. You can imagine how many girls in the army that may be going through similar situation. Some might have gone through it, but not bold enough to speak up. If you all remember in one of my previous videos, I told you, my audience, Nigeria has a very perfect working constitution for the poor only. The constitution is there, but it's only applicable to the poor and the disadvantaged. And if you're privileged to visit our prisons system in Nigeria, the only people you see there are poor people. The rich don't go to jail. No matter what they do, they never go to jail. Take them to court. The court, for the press only, will tell you they will sentence them to jail. For the press and for the public, they'll be sentenced. But go to jail to see if they're there. They're not there. Instead, they are home. Some may even attend parties a few days after. You will see them. But the poor will end up in jail and probably die there. Let me not bore you. I'm going to show you the video of this poor girl, and you hear from her directly from the horse's mouth.
A year before I was posted to Abukarim, I was serving in Jos, Plateau State, 3D Medical Center. Then thereafter, I was later posted to Cantonment Medical Center, where I met Colonel I.B. Abukarim as the OC, the commanding officer there. When I came as I was the only private soldier there, and the youngest soldier there too. So he started by buying me gifts, which I refused to collect. And there I was very surprised, and he called me to an hotel that you meet him in Eagle Store Hotel, opposite Ojo Cantonment Medical Center, Ojo Cantonment. When I got there, he asked me to sleep with him, promising me if I allow him sleep with me, he will allow me to go to school, and he promised to give me 50,000 naira cash after that, sum of 50,000 naira that very day, which I refused because in the army it's against the law. It's called frontalization. You don't frontalize with your senior. Thereafter, that's how the whole thing started. It started by maliciously dealing with me, by putting me on extra duty. I call that one army work. It's part of the job. Sending me to guard rooms, dealing with me. All of a sudden, he started threatening me that if I did not sleep with him, he would dismiss me from the job.
Okay. When all this was going on, when he asked you to visit him in the hotel and you went and you refused his advances, did you report this to anybody or did you tell anybody about this?
Yes, I did.
Who did you report this to?
I told Lascopa Sonia Anota. She was my godmother.
Okay.
I told her, I was like, people said this man is a very harsh man. Like, why is he disturbing? This man is like, he has been disturbing me for months now. So she just advised me just to ignore the threat that is part of army work. That was what she advised me.
She was the only person you told?
Yes. And at first I was not paying attention to his threat and everything. It was when he started giving me injection, forcefully.
I'm gonna pause it here.
After giving me injection.
Oh.
Did you hear what she just said? As an army officer, she was part of the medics. What that means is that she's working at the medical center, the military medical center. The colonel, the alleged colonel, is her superior at the army medical center. And she just told the world that the colonel gives her shot, Lagatil. If you know what Lagatil does, Lagatil is antipsychotic. That is what it's used for treating mental, It's a sedative. It will sedate you, knock you off and put you to sleep. And when that happens, that is when he takes advantage of her. And where does this happen? Right in his office there. On a few occasions that she alleged that the same officer will point a gun that is paid for by the federal government on a citizen. You point your pistol on your junior staff and forcefully take a sexually molest her. All the taxpayers' money. After raping her, he will dump her in a body bag. Here in the US, you all know what they use body bags for hours. Hear more from her.
We give up so many free.
You're gonna hear more. Just bear with me.
Give you injection. When did you meet for him to give you those?
We work in the same office. He's my CEO. And we work in the MRS. It's called hospital. In the army, it's called MRS. So he will instruct some soldiers. In the army, they give order and you don't disobey orders. So he will instruct those boys to pay me that most times. Then when people are not available, most times you point gun at me.
During the day or at night?
During the day, witness, everybody
People are there, seeing
everything. I have a
and nobody asks questions.
Yes, I have a video of it.
You have video recording of this particular
incident that happened.
Continue.
There's a day I got to find out that he normally sleeps with me after injecting me. There's a day there's this former chief army staff, retired General Farouk Yahya wife, came to commission a particular place, the maternity part in our hospital. So when she came, before that they already gave me that injection, and I was putting on a Tron uniform and the army office wear. So all of a sudden I saw Dr. Cosmos. I think the third day, Dr. Cosmos, the copper, he was serving there in our hospital. He came and gave me another injection, which flushed out those one they gave to me before. And I saw myself naked. And he now asked me to pass the back door that in our house, they are outside. In our house, their officer's wife association, they were outside that very day. So I got my body was stained and they stripped me naked inside
the hospital,
inside his office. So immediately the woman came, he now instructed one of the serving copper, the one that was serving with us that time, Cosmos, and he told Cosmos to go and give me injection and asked me to pass the back door.
This is very, very, very strange. So all of these things that you say happened when you're unconscious.
Yes. And after giving me the injection, after harassing me sexually, he will put me inside this body bag. It's called body, just like a casket. He will put me inside. I think they mostly use it in the Northeast because for them to go and get casket and everything. So it's called body bag. So he will just put me inside that body bag, and for some hours, they will now ask them to take me to psychiatry hospital. That is how this issue of mental illness started.
So apart from your godmother that you told when he was making advances at you, up to this very moment, that time, you didn't tell anybody?
I sought for redress. In the army, you cannot fight your senior. In the army, you cannot beat your senior. Okay. You cannot ask your senior to go to Gadroom. Okay. You always sought for redress. I seek for redress. So I sought for redress. And
so how did you go about that?
At first, it was frustrating because I wrote it was a handwritten application through the same person that was frustrating me. So he never forwarded my application. So I have to go to, because the thing was, he kept on coming to my house, sending boys to my house. He denied me access to military course, denied me so many things in the army. I spent 5 years in the army without.
So when you noticed that you were trying to sue the redress you were trying to get, couldn't get to the appropriate
Yes, I
authorities.
went to General Emel Abubakar. He was the provost commander, provost school commander, 81 diff. He's a provost marshal.
What did he say?
I ran to him, he intervened, and he said, even if she, I'm just trying to even if she demand, as far as she have the safe to write for redress, they should attend to her. So because the general was in military police and they were scared of him, so they quickly set up a board. And at the end of the day, they didn't ask me to present any evidence. They just wawa me, bullshit me and.
Okay, so now the redress you were seeking, like a panel was set up
Yes, was
to
set up.
inquire into
Yes, to
allegations.
intervene. Yes.
And they didn't call you for question. Nobody called you to ask any question.
They called me.
Okay.
Because I wrote that redress 4 times before they attempted to it.
Okay.
Because Colonel Abdul Karim, they are the most senior officer in the medical corps. So he has that level, he has that, he's a senior officer. So when I have to go to military police to report to the provost marshal. So he intervened and he said they should hold that board and intervene and know that they should intervene and know the reason why Abdul Karim is doing
this to you, yeah.
Yes. So when they intervened, just the way you are interviewing me, and they never asked me for witness, evidence, because they are all the same, they are all cosmates. The people that set up that board, they are Abdul Karim cosmates, so they were supporting Colonel Abdul Karim, they were biased, they never asked me for anything. So I just went there and they just.
Wow. So what led to you seeking for a discharge from the army?
So I tried my best. I see myself in the army not progressing. My progression in the army was very, very difficult. Because nobody was ready to listen to me. Somebody was there. Abdul Karim was all over places. Most time I apply for school and they give me admission, he will tell them that they should not allow me, that I have mental illness.
Which school have you applied to?
Nigerian Army Medical School, Nigerian Army School of Nursing. I applied for basic course, 3-month courses. He didn't.
And you got admitted into all the schools?
I got admitted into Nigerian Army Medical School and he said I have mental illness, that they should withdraw me from. That's how I lost that. So I didn't even report it. They didn't release me to the school that I have mental illness because they are all, the most senior people holding appointment in the medical corps, they are all his classmates. So when I sat down because there's no progression, nobody to listen to you. I even involved the president CDS, General CG Musa, to intervene. He couldn't intervene. So I tried my best and I exhausted all options. So that's why I came on social media. Yes.
But are you aware that the army has cleared Abdul Karim of any wrongdoing?
What they did there, it's just, they just tell lies. As I don't know how to put it. They just sat down and feel Salma, let me tell you what really transpired to them announcing this whole thing. When I came to social media at first to complain, and the Minister of Women Affairs intervened and they took me to National Hospital just to focus. It was during the investigation for medical evaluation to know if I'm actually mad according to the allegation that was laid against me. So they discovered there was nothing like mental illness and they took me to NDLA just for urine test. So nothing of such. So the Minister of Women Affairs, she now said, if I remain in the army, they might wound me.
Yeah.
So my progression will still be very, very difficult because I came online to expose them. So she now said she advised me if I can still continue with the job, and I said no. So I wrote a redress with my hand and I submitted it to the Minister of Women Affairs, and she went to the army headquarters and she submitted it to the to the chief of army staff and he approved it
For you to be discharged.
to be discharged voluntarily, not medical discharge. I never there was before you board the soldier out from the army, there must be a board. There will set up a board, there will be a psychiatrist, a medical doctors, the unit RSM, they will call you, the soldier, and ask you some questions. And to me, soldiers are in the notice with one hand, they are still in the army. Army don't bother soldiers because they don't have what it takes to pay off the soldier. It's as if they are paying the person for life because you came to the army and the person is not the disability, maybe you have one hand, it depends on what. Yes. So there was nothing like they never discharged me. It was the chief of army staff that converted it to medical discharge, and he said army want to compensate me for me to be paid like I'll be collecting pension. I was not eligible for pension because I only served 5 years.
Okay.
So they never discharged me. It was the Minister of Women Affairs that intervened and requested me to leave voluntarily,
Okay.
not medical discharge. So I don't know where they came up from. It's a big lie. It's a big lie. They know what I'm talking about. They know my
gonna
evidence
call
is
it
out
here.
with them. They did investigation and they found out that all what I'm saying is
To those of you watching this video, you can see the reason why Nigerians are all over the world. This is just one of such reasons why Nigerians are all over the world. You can never get justice in Nigeria. The only time you get justice is you must belong to the political class. At the mention of your last name can open a closed door. That is when you get justice. But for an ordinary citizen, you're nobody. This is just one of trillions of situations back home in Nigeria. Tomorrow, I'm going to come up and give you an update on something similar to this. The best we can do for this innocent girl is, I am begging you, my subscribers, to help me share this video, let it go viral for the world to see. Maybe someday they will intervene. Help me share this video, please. Thank you, my subscribers. Thank you, the youths of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and it's good night from here. Bye.